Let's talk for a moment about your influencer ambitions. Do you want to become an influencer? Maybe not the type who dances on TikTok, maybe the type who has patients change their referral, or the type who is influencing the local GPs to write out referrals to your private practice as a doctor. If that's the type of influence you're after, the type of authority, then let's take a look at some amazing examples of specialists who are doing this in their daily life, in their private practice. Dr. Tamara Hunter is using Instagram as one of the tools to do regular Q&A sessions. Every Tuesday night, there's a Q&A session, and both referring GPs, other healthcare professionals, and consumers, maybe potential future patients, can direct message her with questions. And then in the live video session, there are conversations, real two-way conversations that patients can have with Tamara. Obviously, if you're doing this, if you're building your online presence on social media, you want to drive the traffic off the platform. Now, what we can see is Dr. Hunter has over 7,400 followers. You want to drive as many as possible to your other online presence, which would be your website. So there is a compelling, attractive, and clear summary of the services that you offer, the conditions that you treat, and the surgery or treatment types that you offer. Obviously, we also know that your online presence needs a really clear and compelling about section. So people get to know you, people get to know your team, and then they are one step closer to hitting that contact button and either making a booking or changing their referral. So there you go. You've got a solid strategy based on Instagram presence and a really compelling premium website. That's one way to do it. Do you need both? Maybe not. Let's look at another example of influencing and building your authority as a surgeon. We're just hopping to Melbourne to Dr. Brian Ang, who's an eye surgeon. An amazing strategy that does exactly that, increasing influence by offering premium expertise about eye surgery and many types of eye conditions on a professional website. Now, what's happening here is patients who are using Google land on these individual content pages, get to know the surgeon, remember his name, and will mention him when they are seeing the GP for a first consultation, maybe looking for that important referral. So yes, you can be an influencer by just organizing your knowledge and your information in a really palatable way on your content pages on your website. And we can obviously help you with that. Let's take a look at a third example. And I'm taking you to Brisbane, looking at Dr. Kaufman's website, Dr. Alex Kaufman, who's a neurosurgeon, a spine surgeon, and a brain surgeon. His approach to building that strong influencer profile is to communicate in a different way compared to traditional neurosurgeons who just put the dry academic information out there. Well, that's not what this surgeon is doing, presenting the information in the most contemporary way possible, making sure the patient doesn't just find out about the conditions and the surgery types, but gets an experience and is able to navigate through the information in a compelling way. I always say, when you're a patient, you're still a human being who is used to communication standards. It's not because we're Googling into health-related topics that we all of a sudden no longer expect it to be presented in a compelling way. So that's a third example of how you can become an influencer, just by choosing a particular style of communication when you present your profile to the world, to your local community, to your potentially referring GPs, and to the consumer. If your intention is to become more of an influencer, not the TikTok style, the one who is able to change referral pathways, then book your strategy session. We'll talk about your practice, your vision for the future, and ways to drive more traffic to your profile.